by doing that sort of consulting, first with large companies, Fortune 100 companies at Bain & Company, and then because I was a little impatient with the speed of change of large companies, as most people can identify with.
It could take years, right?
Years.
You might have
entrepreneurs can do things in weeks that would take years to do. I started consulting to new ventures and entrepreneurs in California in the early 80s. And when I did that, I realized a couple things. First of all, a whole new economy was emerging instead of this old economy I was consulting in. These companies were growing, and back then, the early 80s was a recessionary time like now with 11% unemployment and all this stuff. And these businesses were doubling every year instead of cutting back. But they were appealing to the new generation back then, the baby boomers. Young, starting new S-curves, new trends. And so I got two big concepts there. The new trends and how they move into the entrepreneurial stages and into the mainstream, and demographics. Baby boomers were the greatest group of people that have ever come along around the world, and this new young generation was doing new things, so I started studying them, which allowed me to trip onto a science called demographics.
Yeah, where was the light bulb moment where you were like, oh my God, this intersects and this makes sense. What I've been studying here actually affects the economy. When did you have that light bulb moment when you discovered that there was certain trends that actually affect the way we spend, the way the economy actually works?
Well, again, yeah, I'd already documented how big the baby boomers were, when they were born, what they were doing at different age stages. But yeah, there was a time in 1988 and I had all types of long-term graphs. We studied everything. And I'm sitting there on my desk. I happen to have the S&P 500 adjusted for inflation back, decades. And I had the baby boom generation birth chart. And I looked at those two charts and I said, this is the same chart. It's the same chart. Move them over, 45 to 50-year lag. The light bulb was, I knew the peak in spending for the average family was 45 to 49. And I said, that's it. As new generations move up this spending pattern in higher numbers, the economy booms and then it busts when they start to save and retire. And I'm like, holy smokes. I mean, this allows you to predict the economy almost 50 years in advance.